Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell. And welcome to a sunny, cloudy, overcast Moscow. Really interesting video. Somebody might recognize the stadium behind me. Let's go. I've just come out of Dynamo metro station, which is right here. Very easy to travel around Moscow, then come right by the entrance of the stadium. Off in the distance, this new apartment complex area is called Petrovsky Park. There's actually a beautiful park right across the road, monastery. You can have a very nice walk around. And then this is where we're going to visit. And this is Dynamo Stadium. I'll explain a little bit more as we go. We've come to see rugby in Russia, in Dynamo Football Stadium. So this stadium can host multiple events. It's held concerts before. There is actually a museum also just off in the distance. But my main focus is to see rugby. Lots of people coming and going. And I just need to find the entrance. I believe it's this one that I need to go in, number 8. And we'll be able to get on inside. So for me to come to this match today, I got the press accreditation. I was very fortunate because of my YouTube channel and everybody watching that I'm able to get press tickets for the matches. It's quite a empowering stadium when you're standing here. Just the sheer size of it, and the fact that we're only, I think, 5 or 7 kilometers from the center of Moscow. Let's get through security and figure everything else out from there. After coming through security, I've made it into the forecourt of VTB Arena, more commonly known as Dynamo Stadium. Very interesting stadium for actually a couple of reasons. One, of course, Dynamo Football Club play here, and rather rarely they play rugby. And of course today we're going to go see some rugby. But also you can see how big the stadium is. Now on this side of the arena there is the ice hockey rink. So they've got the indoor stadium for ice hockey and then football, and then the third reason it's interesting is underneath this entire structure there's a shopping center and a food court, supermarket. Let's head on inside and see if we can even catch some fans for a quick chat about rugby in Russia. I think while I've got a chance, I'll show you a little bit behind the scenes, and this is rather interesting. This is actually the place where they do the press conferences. I'm not sure for the rugby if they'll hold one here. I imagine they will. But typically when the football is on, the coaches from both teams would come here and sit up the front and then face the press. And often, actually every seat is normally full when it's a football match, and then depending on the teams playing, there'd be quite a lot of photographers and the TV media here as well. And they face the music, as the expression goes. This is actually the media working room, as they call it. And they've actually got some of the photos here, mostly of the ice hockey. And then the photographers and written and print media would actually come here and set up their laptops. Of course, for rugby, it's not as popular a sport as football or ice hockey. You can connect to the cable internet. I think there's a couple of people kind of prepared and ready, but otherwise, when it's a football match, it's much busier in here. And what they do, they prepare their laptops so they can write their stories instantly, download the photographs, and send them straight out to the social media platforms. So I actually come here quite a lot for the football when Dynamo is playing at this stadium, but I really don't come up to the fan zone or the tribunes where everybody sits. I'm always on the pitch, which we will be able to go down to shortly. So I just thought I'd just have a bit of a walk around here and check it out from this perspective or view and see what's going on. Coming up the escalators to the 4th level, we actually get our first view of the pitch, and there's actually a full walk around that you can do, and it's just so different to come here when it's rugby versus football, and it's almost like a different atmosphere. I don't know if it's it's explainable really, but of course I've been here many times for the football, and it's just a different kind of feeling. There is still the same amount of stewards and safety staff and the security. Of course, a little bit smaller crowd. They've got the concession stands open. Now, interestingly, they can't serve alcohol. The only one they've got is the 0% alcohol. So you can think you're drinking beer, but you're really not. And hot dogs, one thing that's maybe a little bit different, they've got hot tea as well that they serve, and some of the other usual things, even donuts. And maybe this is where it might differ with the sport. They have a raffle to win a toaster. You can win DeLonghi toaster or an air fryer. That's the slight difference in the sporting events. I think Romani is one of the sponsors. I'm not sure if this is a store that sells electrical goods, but you can win a toaster. What more do you need? Who needs money and jewelry and watches when you can enter and win a toaster? There's actually a bit of a crowd. You actually get a card with the ticket number, and then at some point they'll call it out during the match. Actually, I just noticed that the concession stand, it's New Yorker hot dogs. I'm not sure how New York they taste, but they have them all the same. Actually, a few more fans now as I walk around a little bit more. It's really interesting with Dynamo, because a lot of the fans are supporters of the ice hockey and of the football, and then they come to the rugby as well. You can also make your own posters, and I think face painting as well. Not so many people want to do that today, but maybe the kids are still on their way here. Fairy floss. It's a much more relaxed atmosphere at the rugby compared to the football. I know I'm going to compare it quite a lot, but it's definitely more chilled out. And also, I think a little bit more dedicated fans at the same time. Let me see if we can walk out and just have a quick look at the stands. There is quite an overlap of the different sports, and I'm fairly sure that this is one of the ice hockey players for Dynamo. Now, if anybody recognizes who he is, it'll be kind of cool. But he's doing autograph signing, and actually people bring their own stuff for signing as well. And all the ladies are happy to see him. Really cool. So last weekend, they actually had a match that Dynamo won, the Super Cup, and they've actually got it on display here. And I think also maybe their participation medals. Maybe that's the match ball, I wonder. And I was actually at the match, and I did post some photos on my Telegram channel from attending. They've also got some other painting that you can do. I think this is where it differs a lot in Russia compared to going to sport in other countries. They have master classes where you can learn to do things in painting. And then check this out. They're going to present to the coach of the team a carpet in honor of his birthday and the winning of the Super Cup. Do coaches get carpets in other countries? Let me know in the comments. They even have set up the darts right here. And this is the organizer of the Moscow Darts League that they have. And they let you come and play. And the whole point is really participation in sport and trying to get people involved in sport. The actual government and the administration in Moscow have this underlining idea of hosting events, making it family friendly, and we're secretly getting fit and healthy at the same time. There's one of the merchandise stands. So this is the rugby, I think it's rugby.ru, or which is the website where you can buy rugby merchandise. And they've even got the inflatable where you can throw the ball as well. See, lots more people have come inside now. Everybody's inside because they don't want to go sit in the stand just yet. And we'll wait a little while to go out there. So I've actually found a fan here now. Let everybody know your name.
Vladimir.
And where are you from?
From Moscow, from here.
Are you born in Moscow?
Yep.
So you're a native Moscovite.
Yeah. 1000%.
1000%. Now we're here at the rugby today.
Yep.
Are you supporting either of the teams? So we've got Dynamo and then Lokomotiv Penza.
Well, I support rugby today.
Just rugby?
Yep.
So you're like Switzerland? You understand, right?
More or less, yes.
Now, rugby as a sport in Russia, is it popular? Is it becoming popular?
Growing popularity. Well, once again, thanks to these numerous of fans events here, of course, thanks to the success of Dynamo in previous season.
Of course.
This Super Cup game that they won.
Now, they don't typically play rugby here. They play at another stadium, actually close by Luzhniki.
Yep.
So this is a huge moment to play in the big stadium.
Yeah. Luckily, they play in here not for the first time, and it's already becoming more and more familiar. I mean, the arena itself becoming more and more familiar for the rugby fans, for Dynamo fans, for Dynamo rugby fans.
And now,
so they developing, and as I understood, as I hope, they will play this arena, let's say, a couple or a few more home games this season.
Okay, and then my last question. Do you play rugby at all? Did you play any sport when you were growing up?
Well, actually, football mostly. Most common, most familiar,
sport.
Most accessible sport here, because frankly speaking, when I just saw the ball of another shape from the round, it was probably, I was adult enough. Well, I can't say that I didn't want to. I would love to. But technically, lots of things are not really clear for me. I mean, how to do it. So I admire the players.
Okay, right.
I like the game, but I need a lot to study still to at least, like try playing this beautiful game actually.
Thank you so much, Vladimir. You're absolutely amazing.
You're welcome.
So to get actually down to the pitch, we need to go through a few tunnels or alleyways and through a couple of doors, and we'll get our chance to walk out onto the pitch of Dynamo Stadium. Hopefully the people behind this door are a little bit friendly. There is actually a boxing center here, and I think most people would not realize, but check this out. They have training for boxing and really just general fitness, and they've got the ring as well. I think a lot of people are just trying to get fit at the same time, but how cool is this? Dynamo Boxing Center. Just for a second, I want to thank everybody who's a subscriber of the channel who is hyping the channel, maybe even channel members who have supported me through this journey here on YouTube. Thank you so much. It's moments like this where I realize that YouTube can make an impact on people watching the videos, an impact on me getting this opportunity to get up close at events like this, because it's not as simple as it looks to get press accreditation to come to events in Russia. It's, of course, the reach of my social media that's helpful for this, so thank you so much. And this is the hairs on the back of your neck, hairs on your arms moment where you can walk out and see VTB Arena, Dynamo Arena in full. And check it out. If you're a fan of football or not, or even rugby, it's still really cool to be able to step into a world-class arena like this, a stadium that's hosted international football primarily, and today the chance to host rugby. This is the first round of the Russian Cup going forward through spring and summertime. You see the Dynamo players on this end and then the Lokomotiv on the far side. When I come to the football, I generally actually sit behind the goals. So the actual lines for the pitch are not too different from football to rugby. There is a couple of photographers already over there. With the rugby though, it's quite a bit more relaxed in terms of how the media can shoot the matches. The players getting together. Actually, I think they've sort of split off into two groups. Maybe this is the starting squad right here, and then the bench players a little bit further over. They're getting close to game time now. A few last-minute drills with the players before they go in the change rooms and come back out for the start of the match. And the actual coach of the team is taking them through the last drills. It's definitely a much closer knit team, I think, in rugby. And when you compare it to how big football is and the amount of trainers and coaches and physios, rugby is a little bit of a smaller, closer team. Here I am at the rugby, and the Lokomotiv team has tennis balls and bats. I'm not sure how that will help them. Perhaps alternative training methods, I wonder. They're actually on the far side. I don't know if we can walk around and get a little bit closer to them over there. The one thing they like to do a lot when you come to sport is the music and the hyping up of the crowd. And I think they've done such a good job with the rugby in the last few years in Russia and trying to raise its publicity and try to get people involved in a sport that they probably don't know a lot about. As the players run away from where I came over to on the opposite side of the pitch. So the only thing with trying to judge crowd numbers today is the fact that it's a big stadium. Here they come. And the capacity of the stadium is about 26,000 people. So there'll be quite a good crowd here for the rugby, but it just won't feel as full as a normal football match. Okay, I can get a little bit closer to the players doing their last warm-ups as well. Now, the actual players themselves come from Russia, Georgia, and South Africa. So there's South African players actually on both teams, And I wonder if you can spot who is who when I'm this close to them. They are big guys though. Such a different build of player with the rugby versus football. They're actually bringing the trophy around. Wow. Okay, that is really cool. This is from winning the Super Cup last weekend. And they're doing a bit of a lap of honor with it. That is really cool. And I think, of course, most people that are here for the rugby realize that Dynamo won the trophy. So the actual PA announcers are trying to get the fans G'd up. It's a couple of minutes away from the actual players coming out onto the pitch. And we're gonna have them come right by me, hopefully. Out come the players right here. Wow. That is cool. Let's just get a little bit away from everybody. Bit of music playing, but we're going to have to just deal with that. There is a lot of press here, a lot more than what I realized, which is very good for the sport. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to one end of the field and hopefully I can catch a try at the end that I'm standing at. I don't have a lot of confidence in that, but let's see. So the actual players come down to my end and there's a tiny possibility we might see a try. Let's see what happens here. I'm never going to be in the right spot. But if I can just catch one, I'll be happy. Play's gone right across the other side of the pitch. Let's see if they go out wide here. Come on. I think based on a lot of previous form that Dynamo is the favorite for this match. So we do want to see, a little bit of fair play and a close match. Out wide. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, big push. So my hope for a try at this end, maybe dashed in the first half. It's actually the 35th minute now. And all the scoring is at the far side, which is the direction that Dynamo are playing towards. So I think for the second half, if I stay here, I might catch some action. Only 2 minutes later, and Dynamo have scored again, and they've scored the conversion. So they get 5 points for the try, and then 2 points for a conversion. Maybe the closest I'll get is to see the reserve players warming up at this end. But it is, of course, a very one-sided crowd. There is a few of the Lokomotiv players at the far side of the pitch, but most of the fans here are Dynamo fans. Of course, we're in Moscow at the same time, remember that. Penza is about 600 kilometers from here. Oh, okay. They go through some pretty rigorous drills. It's quite a lot more physical than football is if you compare rugby. And these downs that they're doing is not easy with the size of these guys. I wonder how the pitch staff are feeling after rugby, because the actual playing surface gets a lot more roughed up because of the fact there's a lot more ground contact with the players and the way they actually do their scrums. So I hope they're okay about it. I guess they have to be for them to be able to share their stadium. So it's currently half time. Most people have gone inside. It's really a very nice day today. It is overcast. I think around about 6 or 7 Celsius. But everybody's wearing their lighter jackets today because today's the first day of May. So this is the start of the summer house season, or dacha season, or shashlik season. Quite a few things start today, and everybody always counts this as the first day of the warm weather in Russia. The players have come out for the second half. The bench players are in place. And the start of the second half, it's 31-0 in favor of Dynamo. So if I go to my usual spot, I should possibly see a try at my normal end. Something really interesting, and the way that they coach rugby, if you're a football fan or not, they have an assistant coach on the field right here, you can see, and the actual coach is up in the stands. It's very hard to see, and if I just point, which is not very polite to do, but the actual coach is up here, and then they have radio contact and with a walkie-talkie, and they convey to the players what to do. It's already within minutes of the second half, the players at this end. Now the one thing that's very different, there's a bit of a break in play. Here we go. Here we go. Right in front of me. There we go. Wow. And I think Lokomotiv, of course, not so happy at the situation with the score. But to catch a try in front of me. Amazing. One more try. Wow, I didn't even get a chance to press record. And the score. And the big dive as well. That's important. Another try. Did he get the ball down there? No. Like half a meter from the try line. Oh, knock on. Wow. So we're actually in the last play of the game here. The 80-minute time has gone off. There we go. One last try. In the absolute last seconds of the match. Now they score 55-7. Did they update the score just then, or? Wow. One of the big differences with rugby and football, you can come on the pitch as media and you can get really up close with the players. The other thing which Dynamo players do, they come down and thank their supporters. Now they're in the whole stadium, of course, but this is the main end. Just like that. Coach has come down from the stand and greeting all the players, thanking everybody. Very nice, very humble guy, I will say. One of the really nice things that happens also is the players come down to the sidelines and greet the fans. And you don't see that in football in Russia. Although there's nothing stopping them doing it. But the players now just warming down and getting a chance to give some photographs, autographs. Actually some of the media doing some interviews. It's a lot more casual than football, but hugs and high fives all around. So I've actually managed to meet one of the players. Now let everybody know your name.
I'm Tian van der Merwe, I'm from South Africa.
Tian?
Yes.
Van der Merwe.
Yes.
It's like the Smith of South Africa.
100%.
Now, you're actually one of the players.
Yes.
Now, of course, this is the end of the match.
And it was a tough one for us.
Yes. So most people, of course, will be at this point of the video. They've watched the match. I did highlight, unfortunately, some of the tries for Dynamo. Now, you're from South Africa.
Yes.
Where are you from in South Africa?
Born in Joburg.
Johannesburg.
Yes.
And how long have you been living in Russia?
So I lived in Penza for around about 4 years now, going 4.
4 years?
Yes.
And how have you found it?
I think Russia is awesome. I think there's a right and a wrong, and there's no grey area. And I would like more places to be like this.
Where it's easygoing, relaxed.
And everything works.
And family. Now, rugby for me is very much a family-orientated sport.
100%.
It's quite different from going to the football. There's a lot more restrictions, even for me as press.
Yes.
And there's a lot more access. You can walk around. Now, the rest of the season.
Listen, I'm looking forward to it. I think when you come off a loss, I think there's a lot of work to do. But just have to put in the work and we have to grow the culture.
So on the train back now to...
It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one.
And you're going to have to probably watch some videos,
yes.
Some replays.
Yes, 100%.
And then today...
And then next one we're playing a Moscow team, so hit them again, Slava. And,
oh, you're coming back to Moscow?
No, they're coming to us.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Slava's playing today, by the way.
Yes.
At 3 p.m. I don't know what time we're at now. So... Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and it's nice meeting you.
Do you miss South Africa?
A lot. I miss my family the most.
But in Russia, we have shashlik.
Yes,
and
nice.
you guys have brais.
Yeah, brais are better.
Oh, wow.
I have to greet you. My taxi's waiting for
Thank
me.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Bye. As I come out of the stadium, of course, quite a large score or victory to Dynamo. And commiserations to Lokomotiv Penza. Of course, there's always a winner and a loser. And this is the first match of the season. So what will happen in the future? Who knows? Bit of a bus trip back for the Lokomotiv fans. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I do want to give a big thank you to the Russian Rugby Federation and then also the administration for Dynamo for helping me get the press accreditation. And I hope the video came out okay. I know it doesn't typically get a lot of views, but it is what it is. I enjoy coming, I enjoy making videos, and that's more important for me and for everybody watching at home. So thanks for supporting the channel if you're watching to the end here. I don't have a secret word today. Actually, I think we'll use the word carpet. If you might remember earlier in the video, they had a carpet that they were painting with the picture of the coach and the mural, and they gave it to him as a gift, if you might remember. So carpet is the secret word. Imagine that for this video. My social media is right here if you want to follow me on my social media. And if you want to watch an old video on the channel, you can click this link. and keep traveling with Russell. Okay, everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.